Not right now. We got caught. They need a bailiff. And thank you so much for the 6 months.
Any eyes on suspects or a vehicle? Haven't got to quite there, just...
Where'd that sergeant go? Oh, now this looks fancy.
No eyes any suspects or vehicles on the northwest side, but I'm keeping my distance outside.
This looks mighty fancy.
Isn't it fancy? Isn't it nice?
You got a whole setup. Don't mind me budging in, but I do need you to quickly search my pockets and take everything out of my holster and put it into my pocket if you could.
I think they're stuck. Wait, nope, what up? Alright, there you go. Try now.
Thank you kindly.
These are...
Tango 962 is approaching from the southwest. 10-4, can the other responding unit also approach from the south?
Hey, welcome on in.
One individual on the roof.
Info, there's 2 individuals on the roof. Wearing green.
10-4 dispatch, how many units do we have at the scene right now?
3 units come. You mean individual moving on the inside? 10-4, on the roof, individuals came to my side. You guys are closer enough back up, and you guys make contact.
Can I have 1-4 and 101? 10-4. Is this for one mic off from Grapeseed?
10-4.
Has no eyes on any individuals on the north. Be approaching the north on the roof.
Well,
They're moving, I believe they're moving away.
guess it didn't need me that bad. I also took forever to respond.
10-4, there's a vehicle coming, leaving my side. 962 will clear.
What are they doing?
24 will clear as well.
Ah, they're doing.
Okay, so I'm in active 80 from the scene. I'm in southwest on Union Road. Occupied, I believe, 3 or 4 times. I didn't get a full hit. I'm coming out on Steve Road south. time. We need at least 2 mobile units in the chip.
So
They're going to be heading northeast Grapeseed Avenue at 1050. Going now southbound, off-road, parallel to the freeway. Hopping onto the freeway, southbound in northbound lanes. Crossing over, now correct lanes, minus 1050 from them.
this is 4CH though by the Sonora gas station.
10-4, we're still southbound, next landmark's going to be U-Toll. I just 1050 with nothing.
So 4.
Passing U-Toll now, I've lost eye.
I've got it. Continuing southbound Sonora Freeway. 3 hours of speed, currently passing 1 shortly.
Okay, guys, what I'm about to do is not recommended by any means.
Southbound. You'll be heading towards Palomino Freeway.
Let's go for it.
Back at it again. Well, I found out that no one's gonna stream the court case, and
Going southbound, taking a U-turn.
I like to there be some
Sonora Freeway.
visual in every case.
10-4,
That's been a 2 down number.
Just so people, you know, are able to watch it.
To attach to destination.
So I'll just be extremely,
Southbound Sonora Freeway.
I'll just be extremely exhausted this morning, but that's fine for the entertainment of the community. I'll deal with it later. I'll be one hell of a bitch in the morning. I am definitely not a morning person by any means. So waking up at 8 a.m. on a Sunday is not necessarily my forte. Just calling easy. I really could. Who's all working tomorrow? Let's see. If my favorite manager wasn't on vacation, I would, because I could call into her and she wouldn't mind. But anyone else will have my ass. So let me see who's working.
Hi.
Good evening. Who's working tomorrow? Anthony. Oh yeah, I have to come in tomorrow. Yikes. Yeah, I just looked at the people working. Yeah, they're gonna. The problem is, they hire so many incompetent people that the place falls apart if I'm not there. That's why they schedule me so much.
Are you bailiff tonight?
Someone's gotta be, right?
Yeah, I guess that's fair. We're not gonna talk about any more Florida man stuff, right?
Well, I mean, we can.
I think I'm good.
Think you good?
For now, yeah.
She got a daily dose of Florida man.
Yeah, open court was interesting for sure tonight.
Oh.
Yes. Sounds like a damn problem.
You know, I still think I won that case.
Not your problem. To be honest, me working my minimum wage job probably is, and I probably should not give a fuck as much as I do, to be honest. Well, I think there was some points that were definitely overlooked by the justice system without clarification. I think those open questions would have determined my mind in that aspect.
Yeah, he overglanced the fact that it was coincidental completely.
I think I would have preferred to ask some clarifying questions when I was there to figure out sort of what was going on. But here we are, and here it is.
Right. Oh yeah, it is what it is, you know, and that's how my client felt too. Is what it is. I mean, I'm a little worried how she'll handle it, but that is her prerogative, not mine, you know?
Did you explain to her active warrants?
I did, actually.
And have you taken a look at them, counselor?
No, I have not. I did not request them.
Because one of them is it's a very...
Yeah, I heard. I
Yep.
heard what it is. I mean, if you'd like to forward it over, I can reach out to her and ask her if she'd like to handle it with me.
I would have a words are hard. Holy shit. I would have her know that she has a warrant out for that, and if she would like you to handle that, then I'll hand you a copy of it.
Fair.
Just so all is
I
done in
think-
due process.
I think, to be honest, she's gonna be very much in a new world for a bit, but we'll see if she comes down, gets off that flat magic carpet.
A whole new world.
Don't you dare close your eyes. It's my favorite line in the song.
I know what
Please
I'm doing.
gag at me?
I know what I'm doing when I'm going home.
Karaoke in front of your TV.
Absolutely. You know, I live in that tiny shoebox apartment. You know, the only thing I have, this
TV.
this couch I found on the corner that has piss stains, and a $5,000 TV.
Sounds like your priorities are very much in order.
Hell yeah.
Again, I believe it's gonna be westbound. This on Digital Square.
Where is Oxburg in the Justice?
Somebody's waddling up.
Shots fired beside the garage down there.
Imagine if he doesn't.
Who's the justice of this?
I know.
Sick 'em!
Arrest that
Sick
man.
'em! Sick 'em!
I will wrestle you like a damn alligator.
One individual down.
Yeah, definitely Florida man.
I have definitely heard that before in my head.
So, okay, so the story behind me wrestling the alligator is that this individual was waiting too long on the Baconator.
Copy that.
So they threw an alligator through the Wendy's drive-through window. So I had to wrestle the alligator to try to get him out of there because I was also waiting on my Baconator. The alligator won, and we had to shut down the Wendy's. But
How big was the alligator?
it was I mean, alligators are usually about 300 pounds, and this was a giant motherfucker.
Yeah, but I want to know how they threw that through the window.
I don't know. I don't know how they managed to pick it up and throw it in there either. But one second, you know, I'm waiting on my order. The next second,
Sorry.
there's an alligator in the middle of the Wendy's.
Listen.
We're all yours.
Listen!
Oh, she needs a cop job.
Miss, that does not look very comfortable.
Nah, she's comfortable.
Huh?
Don't worry about it.
That did not look comfortable.
Oh, it's fine. Oh my god, he's making me. I can't talk to him no more. I can't. I try really hard not to have my accent come out, okay? He starts talking, and then, yeah,
And just pulls it out of you.
just pulls it out of me. Like that one cop, what was her fucking name?
Georgia Everly.
No, not that
No?
one. But it was David Evans' sister. I don't remember her name. Her and Willow's mom. Can't remember her fucking name.
The one that owns the food truck?
No, that's Mina.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, no, that's not her mom. Her mom is a cop. Ramirez.
Oh,
Ramirez.
yeah.
Yeah. Whenever she would talk in the bank, I would just have to not talk at all because it was so bad.
Shots fired at.
I'm still trying to put together some of the family trees you guys are explaining. I just found out
They're not. They're bushes.
well, I just found out I'm related to Carlson and
Oh, dear
Ew.
God.
and Justice Brooks by association.
Oh, I was gonna say, how you related to Carson? You don't sound fucking British at all, lad.
So it's sort of a sort of a weird clusterfuck that's happening.
I'm
Uh-huh.
telling you right now, I'm making the push. It's happening. We are banning these stupid adoptions in this city.
Say you don't want to be my child?
No, I do not want you to be my daddy.
Damn it.
I already have a father.
Well, Jessica took away my other 2 kids in the divorce, so I need somebody else.
Wait, your biological kids got taken
You
away
know,
from you?
Yes.
I'd like to point out my hypocrisy in the fact that I am actually adopted by someone else.
Who are you adopted by?
Chico.
BJ Honeycutt.
Wait, are you actually?
Yeah, like legally by the state.
Is that the
BJ Honeycutt's my
is
dad.
that, is that the trooper Honeycutt who had horny court in the middle of the courtroom?
No,
a
the
different
director
Honeycutt.
of Pillbox.
Oh, all right.
Horny court?
The only way I can describe Council Oxburg and Trooper Honeycutt's court proceedings is
Cunt.
What the fuck are they doing?
that's
well,
my
you probably didn't call that out over
yeah, that's
radio.
my bad.
Ah,
I'm a fucking idiot.
Handle them. Handle them.
Taste his ass.
are you off duty?
No, I am not.
You're not off duty.
I'm not off duty. I'm bailiffing this case actually. I did.
think
Oh.
you're off.
No, I
didn't see
definitely
any-
I signed with dispatch and paperwork myself at pro bailiff,
Oh.
but
Cause there wasn't a blip on the GPS here.
well, I'm on paperwork, so naturally there wouldn't be.
Oof.
You know,
any
imagine
additionals
being
by any
late
chance?
to the court case. You're trying to sue somebody for, you know.
Pardon me?
Can we whisper before we continue shit talking other people?
Yes.
Thank you.
I wasn't trying to whisper.
Wait.
I know.
Yeah, I was gonna say deleting additionals because I don't know who told me this, but someone told me that we want to need a lot of troopers for this one.
I think that may have been what I said during the debrief. We'll probably need a couple people doing some manual pat downs as people come in, because
Alright, I can do that.
this looks like a pretty big case. But if the other
Alright.
counselor doesn't show up in the first place, this might be pretty open
Ain't
and
that
shut.
the truth?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'm gonna need
I'll
troopers
stay
Yeah,
here.
imagine being late.
I'll stay here for the manual pat downs and security.
Appreciate it.
Manually pat down me.
Do you need more troopers?
Ready.
Yeah, we'll take you two, and I think that should be fine for now.
I'll be right back. I'll unrack my shotgun.
It's a joke. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. Hmm?
Don't be mad.
Okay, start.
Superstar, right?
Pardon?
When does the case start?
The
That's
case was
right
supposed to
now.
start 2 minutes ago, but
Oh, so we're just waiting on the council.
yes, we're waiting on Council Oxburg, and he was. I saw Council Oxburg earlier, and I don't know where he went.
Okay.
Probably sleep.
Oops.
Although he was acting as an arbiter then.
Would you like me to phone him?
No, he can come here on his own merit.
Alright. Should we have all the civilians already here? Go back out and line up and have us manually pat down all of them.
Well, one of them's a counselor, and the 2 other ones I believe are acting in this case. I
Alright.
don't see it necessary right now.
Alright.
Tango 962 is on real now.
10 for anyone else? 10 for, thank you.
How many units do we have up there?
2 single batch.
10 for patrol 1 can.
If calls need additional,
10 for.
you guys can head out. Just to let me know. But if calls need additionals, I'm not gonna hold you guys up or something like that. So just keep an eye out. Don't think you're stuck here with me. Good evening, Your Honor.
Tango 962 is 23 at Bear Sea Bank. hostage situation?
Denied.
Gonna be a hostage at the bank? Multiple guns?
How long do we want to wait, Rachel?
That's a good question.
Chris, you doing a court case yet?
Not quite yet. Give me a minute.
Okay.
Just let me know. I'm gonna step out front and talk to Iris.
Delta 766 and Delta 763 for Bravo 511.
Send it.
I'm heading 42 for the night. You two are in charge together, so communicate with each other. Considering there's only 900s, 800s, 700s on duty, I have to put a call out for NCOs. They might, however, not respond, so do whatever you need.
Heard and understood. Delta 763. If you go ahead and want to take shift command, I'm going to be dealing with the court case and overseeing that stuff, so I'll leave that in your hands.
Dispatch can also assist with shift command if needed.
You would need a location and an event permit.
It's just that you guys are, gonna be all the same rank almost, so work together.
Copy.
I heard one of the officers was saying they would pay a lot of money to set up the event.
Okay.
Sponsor it.
So get that money and that's
How many do we have here?
Then how many do we have here?
For the hostage situation,
Troopers?
they've asked for free passage and no
Yes.
spice roast.
2 out front, 1 inside.
Okay. Cool. I'm gonna be dispatch. I just wanted to watch the court case, so I figured I would come here instead of sitting at Mission Bay.
That is perfectly okay. I hope you are recovering well from whatever injury you seem to have sustained.
Yeah, I'm doing okay.
Alright, you take care of yourself.
Yeah. Justice, is it okay with you if I sit over there?
Sure, go for it.
Thanks.
Units at Creep should be advised that my vehicle is extremely fast.
Maybe I should just call it tomorrow.
Anybody seen Oxford today?
He was here earlier for open court. And after that, he talked about some turkey getting burned and ran out of the courthouse. Haven't seen him since.
Huh.
He was, however, discussing the case with, we were talking about the existence of the case today. So, he definitely remembered there's a case today, so be interesting. You deserve a break, do it.
Well, if he doesn't show up, I'm going back to the fetal position I was enjoying.
You doing okay?
Not really.
Alright. Well, if you want to talk about it or need anything, let me know.
I've spent the last 8 hours in bed with a migraine, occasionally getting up to throw up.
Oh my. I'm surprised you're standing and here. I applaud you.
It's because I'm stubborn as a mule.
I feel that.
Send for EMS.
Can the units respond to latest medical stage off until it's considered clear?
They will do.
Thank you.
I should probably go out. But I should not. And I should just get the work done and be
question.
done.
Yes.
If he's not gonna show up, am I still able to file motions?
No. You can't file motions unless both parties are here.
Hmm.
Continuing through Sandy, passing Sandy SO.
Yo.
Vehicles now southeastern panorama drive.
Yeah, one second.
Vehicle went off-road, momentarily approaching the highway now.
Yes, Counselor Lang, I think we can take this into the hallway.
Thank.
I called you, but you didn't answer. You're like Jessica all over again.
Oh, I went for a nap before.
Hey, Mr. Spatch, be advised, medical's
Might have
gonna be
been
booked
then.
for you.
Well, that answers that.
Your Honor, would you like me to see if I can get in contact?
I just wanted confirmation on what the trooper's name was who was mocking my voice in the cells, threatening to drag me out of the cells and hire a new lawyer, and just being a bit of a dick, really. I think it was Spears.
Yes.
I just want to make sure it's right.
Master Trooper Griffin Spears.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Continuing south Los Santos Freeway, passing water treatment.
It doesn't always have to result in default. It's not necessarily always default judgment. You'll see it a lot of times default, depending on the filing, but it's not always default. That is judge's discretion to either reschedule or file it a default.
It is continuing south Los Santos Freeway, approaching lower pillbox, entering the city. It is now south Strawberry Ave, passing Legion Square.
So the justice, if it pleased to, could go and entertain the thought of rescheduling this.
Passing the Maze Bank Arena, transitioning northbound, disregard making a U-turn. Turn now eastbound. Davis Ave.
If it pleased the court. It could not please the court. And they would just do a default ruling. Especially since Oxford's a plaintiff, it's more likely that. The plaintiff more often than not showing up is a sign of a default judgment. The defense not showing up is sometimes rescheduled because default judgments in favor of the prosecution isn't always, what's the word I'm looking for, just. But it's more viewed as if the individual cannot defend themselves, then it's better for them to reschedule. But if the individual that initiated the action cannot follow through with the action showing up when they had an agreed scheduled time, that's when a default ruling is usually made.
Transitioning to north Sonora Freeway, approaching Bolingbrook.
So it'll be interesting to see what she decides to do with that. She could just reschedule this, and then I have time to shower and eat.
She's taking the off ramp, making a eastbound turn.
Before I sleep. Or
Do you have a unit that can pick up the 911?
I can just get extra sleep. Although I woke up at like 1 p.m. today, my body probably won't let me sleep anyway. So that means I'll be scrolling through TikTok for the next 3 hours.
It is taking the furthest right to off ramp off Sonora Way. It is in transition now north Palomino Freeway. It is now back north on Sonora Freeway. It is continuing north Sonora Freeway, passing U-Tool now.
Giving this 4 more minutes for him to reach out, or I'm delaying the case.
Primary. Delta 56 is taking primary.
Copy that, Your Honor.
Still continuing north Sonora Freeway. Some distance on me though. He's continuing north Sonora Freeway, passing the tunnel now.
Preston, yep. I whipped out Preston while Peter got fucked and is in the ICU for a couple weeks.
He did just reach out. He's on his way.
Citizen reporting. He is coming?
Yeah, he's coming.
We'll keep on it as long as we can as secondary, but we may need to pull off our gas.
Jefferson. All I could think of is we keep making all these jokes that Jefferson's dead, and all I can think of is that meme of the guy in the trunk going, "Stop telling everybody I'm dead." Hold on, I gotta find this because some people are gonna think I'm crazy. As I just start liking them. Oh, you're gonna like Preston a lot. Preston's a photo cop. He's a lot of fun. Oh, here it is. For those who are laying in bed on dark mode, this is about to get very bright, as a warning.
One is secondary, do you want to use the tank on?
This year, I lost my dear husband, Edgar.
Quit telling everyone I'm dead!
Sometimes I can still hear his voice.
And that is exactly what I imagine Peter doing right now. No, but Peter's just in ICU. He's not dead yet. Yet. He might just be a vegetable. And Von Karma is the old lady bear in that comic. Sometimes I can still hear him.
Vehicle 1050, off-road westbound.
Honestly, can Peter and Preston swap places? Listen, the only reason you say that, counselor, is because Preston does not give a flying fuck. That's the thing. Preston, honestly, is just takes absolutely no shit. Which makes this character very draining. He'll be dead tomorrow. Oh God, I hated you. Draining, exhausting. Preston's one of my harder characters for me to play. He's my hardest cop character I've ever played, to say the least. Just because... Here's the thing. Peter is... hold on. Ring light. Ring light, turn on. Ring light, turn on. Ring light. There we go. And Andre said, let there be light. The thing with Preston, right? Or the thing with Peter. Peter, at his core, is mostly based off me. There are some things that are different, but he is mostly based off me. So it's easier for me to do 30-hour marathons with someone like Peter, because it's just me. It's just me transformed into a different timeline, is how I describe Peter. On the other hand, Preston is the opposite of me. Because Preston is a bitch. He's confident. He's cocky. He's an asshole. He's got a southern twang to him. Peter Jefferson, Preston Jackson, PJ, close to Pete. Preston is not me. Preston is not me. Preston is a completely, like, the opposite of me. If I just had a twin that was completely different, it is Preston. At his finest.
Patrolman has to break off for gas. We'll attach after. 10-4. 10-4.
I could not do the things Preston does. But I'm having a lot of fun with a character that's a bit different and not emotionally draining like Peter. Because I'm not gonna lie, Peter is a very emotionally draining character because he's a bitch. Peter's a bitch. So playing him's very emotionally draining sometimes. So that's why I don't mind switching. Confidence the opposite of Jefferson. Andre confirmed Jefferson is submissive and breedable. Oh my god, I'm on the wrong character. I'm on the wrong character to give Bear, like, context. I want to give him context. So, Red plays a character by the name of Von Karma, the background of this phone, who called Jefferson submissive and breedable. Oh my.
Sorry. Were you having fun at least?
Huh?
Nothing. It's asking if you were having fun instead of being here on time.
No, Your Honor. I was running here. Also, where are you? I can't see you. Oh, hi. I'm ready to rock.
Chrissy, you good?
Yes, Your Honor.
Alright, let's get this started. 10 minutes pre-trial, and then going straight into it. So,
Your Honor, I would like to point out I requested specifically a pretrial today. If there is to be a trial, it will need to be another day.
Why would that be?
I'll explain in a moment.
okay. We're going pre-trial trial. If there's an issue with that, please make that known now.
I guess there'll be no issue, ma'am.
For future reference, we're getting rid of pre-trials on one day and trials on another. This will be standard going forward in about a week, so just get used to the process. If I sound irritable and pissed off, I'm sorry. I'm at that point right now.
Continuing southbound yet again on Eastbourne Way.
If there is an issue with doing this all now, let me know. I'm more than happy to just do the pre-trial and go back to bed.
The issue that the defense has is going to be multiple parts. One is that I am filing a motion to dismiss. Two, because I am not sure if Mr. Oxberg has formally contacted any of the 28 witnesses that he would like to have available, and I'm not allowing the court to charge these people if they haven't been reached out to.
Entering a secondary vehicle, a green color Chevrolet.
Mr. Oxberg.
With respect, Your Honor, this is a continuation off of the prosecution's case in which the prosecution was Chrissy May. I was actually representing the defense, and there was actually a countersuit, and the only reason why we are even here is because it was Chrissy who requested that the countersuit be put into a separate filing as opposed to addressing the countersuit in the original filing to start with. These proceedings would not have been required if there had been some attention paid, and these are actually Chrissy May's own clients that should be notified and not my own. I have absolutely no business contacting these individuals to request that they testify on behalf of the defense or the prosecution. This is entirely Chrissy May's show.
Does that include the 5 cops that you added? Or
Yes.
Or all the other troopers that you are claiming that you added? The only people I had in my original case, Mr. Oxford, were the 17 employees, former employees.
Enter a parking lot area next to Delpero Apartments. They have nowhere to go in here.
I'd also like to point out that there are 5 testimonies from specific troopers indicating that they have donated money with regards to these particular proceedings. And again, that was on the part of Chrissy May, not mine, Your Honor.
Okay.
Short and sweet of it, Your Honor. I won't need their testimonies. This will be over within the next 15 minutes.
I stand by my motion to dismiss, Your Honor.
Passing Delpero Apartment. To the mall district. Westbound, turn towards the beach.
I'm turning down the motion to dismiss. Let's continue.
Taking 960 is going to bring up for repair. 10-4. Temporary patrol 1 will take comms.
I have no motions to introduce. So with that in mind, I'm ready to go to trial right here, right now.
North Delpero Freeway, opposite lanes. Correct lane, still good enough.
Given this list of people is 17 to 25 deep, do we have everyone here to do this case now?
No, Your Honor. I have more stuff I need to say here. Okay, in the previous case, the ruling included the fact that Miss Jones was unable to represent the other 16 people involved in this case. So therefore, those need to be filed separately and are not to be a part of this case. This would be against Miss Jones in general.
I would like to counter that, Your Honor. With due respect, there is multiple precedents in the state that when you put together a group filing, regardless of any rulings or anybody speaking on behalf of, they are lumped together with those proceedings forever until that proceeding is done with prejudice. That is something that has always been the fact of the state. Case in point, you can go all the way back to the unfortunate death of one Trooper Crawford, in which I believe a name Bones was representing all of the particular Vipers at the time. That was also a group filing.
But the ruling was that she could not represent them. Was that the ruling in that case, Mr. Oxberg?
They were your clients, Chrissy. They had every opportunity to say that they did not want to be represented by you. Unfortunately, that went through. Case in point, At this point, they are on that filing and on that docket. Nobody has requested to be removed from that docket. But again, as I stated before, none of their testimonies will be required in court today. This will be over without their testimony.
Once more, I'm in agreement with Oxford on this.
Transitioning onto Route 68 eastbound.
And if it would please the court and the defense, I can explain exactly why it'll be over in 15 minutes if we go simply to trial. To which I might add, if the defense feels the need to, they can appeal. So, yeah.
That is an option on the table.
So maybe continuing east, Route 68.
Miss May, do you need a few minutes?
Maybe passing Effins.
Your Honor, I'm just taken aback. That's all.
There's M50s again. Okay. Continuing westbound or crashing eastbound.
I would personally like to make arguments for every single thing that Oxburg has requested in this suit. So I don't know if you want to call that trial or pretrial. I don't understand at this point, Your Honor.
Turn on the freeway.
Your Honor, a point of order. I believe that pretrial motions, a motion to dismiss was introduced and denied. I have no further motion, so I believe that we are officially in trial.
Correct. I was denied my right to even argue that. Yes.
I'd be very careful, Counselor.
I didn't call the beginning of trial. As far as I'm concerned, we're still in pretrial. If you have something else to bring forward, bring forward.
You denied my motion to dismiss. I didn't get to even read anything that I had prepared, Your Honor. You just denied it. If we can move into trial, we can move into trial, and I will make it work for trial. It's up to you.
Disregard. Too dangerous.
By all means, bring up everything you'd like to.
The fact of the matter is that this is outlandish and has zero facts behind it whatsoever. It's an illegal suit in general, and here's why. First off, the $85,000 was for Color Fest, put on. Ask for that money back to be put into someone else's account where all the donations have the intention of supporting Colorfest, not Mr. Hill's business endeavors, is absurd. There are written statements collected by Mrs. Jones and Elzani Michaels, with 3 from police officers and 2 from trusted doctors, that account for every single dollar taken. Mr. Hill was fully aware of the purpose of this money deposited into the Parkway organization, as it would have been stated in his own records on his company website. To ask for this money back after the event has already been done and paid for is selfish and full of malice. Secondly, the punitive damage charges listed by Counselor Oxburg are the same argument, reworded. Both are for the notice of intention to resign. Mr. Hill chose to terminate 17 people that day when, in fact, as stated in the previous case by sworn testimony, that only 2 had given that notice. While he's within his rights to terminate them as the court deemed true, the arguments are false. There should be no judgment placed upon someone who chose to sue. To ask for punitive damages because the employees felt wrong and chose to take it in front of a court is not only illegal, but sets a horrible statement from the DOJ that you could end up indebted to someone because you felt wrong and chose to take a legal path to air your argument. Not, I'm mad you sued me, so I'm suing you. With the compensatory damages, I reiterate my, I'm sorry, I'm going to skip that part. For compensatory damages, it is in no way possible to claim libel, slander, or any remarks that would be deemed disgusting due to litigation privilege. What was said inside of a courtroom. Those statements and facts and arguments are protected. He didn't, let's see here. There's also no proof of Mr. Hill's professional damage. He chose to not reopen his business as my client decided to. He did not take any steps to fight for the right to have his business as my clients did. Our clients felt the original branding had become a home to them. They were kicked out of their home without warning and wanted it back. After taking it to court, the decision of the justice was swiftly and promptly adhered to by my client. They chose to build a new home and begin to work with, as they'd been out of business for quite a while. All legal steps were followed, and the court recordings show that Justice Brooks dissolved the business Parkway Automotive, to which is even stated at the beginning of Counselor Oxberg's arguments. Then the prosecution falsely states later in their argument that the still active and approved location of Parkway Automotive should even be a thing. The business was dissolved, therefore the location pit would have been invalid. My clients took appropriate steps to file for the location permit, and in an even greater step in just moving on, when the judge ruled to remove the permit, my clients ceased their work, waited for the option to file for the location permit, and filed and were approved. In no way was Mr. Hill ever denied access to the facility during that time, nor would he be if he chose to bury the hatchet today. The final and worst of all of this is the claim made towards anyone that was related to this case that Mr. Hill was a victim of violence. There were no charges filed against anyone towards that act at all, ever. There is zero evidence to support any of the claims in this countersuit. There is no foundation to this at all.
If I may rebut some of those points, Your Honor, if I can follow the rant that was just done.
Please go ahead, but also handle this with due respect. Calling it a rant is not
Of course.
just.
I'll start in reverse order. Number one, the investigation into the assault on both myself as well as Steve Hill is still ongoing and under active investigation. That's why.
And you're blaming it on my clients, Oxford.
I let you speak. You let me speak.
Another thing like that, regardless, let me interrupt her. Telling her to shut up is not right or fair.
Very well. As I was saying, that is under investigation and charges have yet to be filed. Number two, with regards to the testimony from troopers, one Ellison Morrill for the tune of $30,000 is actually a perjured statement. It is also a coach statement, a fact that was proven in the court on the previous proceedings that Chrissy May does in fact coach her witnesses. Number two, the number 3 point is in fact that $30,000 is in fact illegally obtained, and that testimony is in fact false. There is absolutely no backing to it whatsoever, and the transaction in question did not occur. The subpoena has already been done and filed as evidence. Number 4, with regards to all of the allegations, this was in fact a defense that simply the employees, which the prosecution at the time noted were employees, chose to quit. They then turned around and made retaliatory comments, actions, and damages to the business which cannot be repaired. Case in point, the business had to be forcibly dissolved, which was later reinstated by Justice Brooks in this very courtroom to which myself and Counselor May were in attendance. The very last point is Counselor May attempts to portray this as some sort of a travesty of justice, when in fact this is exactly what happens when you have a countersuit. I allowed this countersuit to progress along with the advice of Justice Brooks, as well as the request of Counselor May, when in fact that had already been ruled on by Justice Brooks as approved. The fact that we're in this courtroom is the second attempt for Counselor May to have any defense for their clients. And the very last point I'll make is that if we are in fact in pre-trial, then we should actually have all of this information moved over to trial, because this is evidence and will definitely sway the justice's opinion one way or the other. So unless this is a motion to dismiss, I would like to strike every single comment that was made, both mine and Counselor May's, from the record and entered into evidence at trial. I heard no motion whatsoever. That is the end of my rebuttal.
My western occupation, going through the tunnel. Breaking out for fuel.
Anything else?
I guess at this point it would depend on what part of this thing we are at now.
We're going to be moving into trial.
Are you choosing, as Mr. Oxberg said, to strike everything that was said?
Sure, let's go with that. Does everyone want to take 10 minutes, calm down, and find better heads?
Sure, Your Honor, no problem.
I'll take the silence as a yes. 10 minutes break. Somebody get that man an aspirin.
I'm surprised she even turned up to court. She walked into court not feeling well.
I don't think so.
Yeah, me neither.
What in the actual fuck?
Yep.
What?
I see that the councilors in the state of San Andreas do not hold back.
Yep. I guess not.
It's like trapping a bunch of Florida attorneys in one little space and having them duke it out.
Pretty much.
I have all this to look forward to. Yay.
I really thought there was going to be
Nice.
some type of fist fight that broke out doing that.
Me too.
I wish we could do trial by combat, honestly.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
So have you considered moving to Florida?
No. Are you going to tell me one of your 5 million Florida stories that I've already heard?
So I let this man get
go
away on a basic battery charge because he beat me in a trial by combat. And by beat me, I mean he laid me on the ground and beat the absolute shit out of me with my own nightstick.
I mean, not gonna lie, it sounds like a good night.
I swear these attorneys get kinkier and kinkier every day. Does anyone have anything to drink? I'm thirstier than my fucking ex for any man with money.
Alright, here you go. Some protein shakes.
There's some Dr. Pepper.
There you go.
Oh, hell yeah, protein. Maybe.
I think I'm gonna pull off to get everybody else out there back up.
Yep.
That's fine.
Stay safe.
I can tell that I will probably be good for this.
Don't do any crime. If you do, ring me.
Oh, what the absolute fuck?
2 clowns in underwear.
Can't hear this. Can't hear this. Can't hear this.
Do you see the latest police legs?
I am viewing that and I absolutely fucking hated you.
Me. Me too.
God damn.
Citizen reporting suspicious activity.
Bay, you have to go back and just watch the entirety of open court this morning, and you'll laugh your fucking ass off. Oxford was spitting water onto his fucking onto his keyboard. Florida isn't that bad. Listen, Florida's bad. I've been living here for how long? And most of the stories I have Preston use are actual Florida man stories. He looked like shit. Because Preston doesn't look like some K-pop son of a bitch. Yes, I only make fun of Florida because I live here, and I earned the right to make fun of Florida. I earned this right. Make fun of Georgians too. No, we already have someone that does that. Georgia Everly. Ben, yeah, Ben's funny. Ben's funny as fuck. He's basically the Florida I portray, with just a little bit more southern. See, Ben portrays a very northern Florida, or a very southern Florida, I should say. Preston's more like Jacksonville, northern Florida. There's a saying in Florida, and if anyone ever goes to Florida, live by this motto: the more the more north you get in Florida, the more southern it gets. I should make a stereotypical Canadian calm sober moves. Are we talking to Florida, Georgia, that? I thought you meant Panhandle, Florida. No, that's still pretty bad, too. Panhandle's still pretty bad. The Panhandle's basically as south as you get. That's as like Southern America as you get. The Panhandle's kind of a clusterfuck. Like when the Panhandle Florida's basically Alabama. That's accurate. That's pretty accurate, to be honest. One of my good friends is a detective in Jacksonville, actually. Orlando isn't that bad. No, Orlando's pretty south. That's the thing. And it's mainly just a tourist fucking place. Plus, living in any major city in Florida is pretty good. Except, like, maybe Jacksonville and maybe Pensacola. I took, like, a 1-week course on, like, Florida history, and I feel like I'm an expert on it. And Tallahassee's, like, 90% okay and 10% fuck. Florida has a history. Florida is the oldest American colony. And I would stand by that.
As ready as I will be.
Okay. Note for both of you. Can't treat each other with respect in here. I'm issuing $25,000 contempt fines that I'll stack till the very end for every single outburst.
Thank you for the warning.
Your Honor, would you like Iris Jones up here as she was the original person up here with me last time?
Yes, please.
Okay, come on up, Iris. We thought it would be a pretrial. It's okay.
Prosecution, when you're ready, go ahead.
Sure. Counselor Andre Oxford for the prosecution. And this will be CV 2021-0707 Steve Hill versus the former employees of Parkway Automotive, a continuation of CV 2021-0624-A, the employees of Parkway Automotive versus Steve Hill. With this particular filing, we're looking for the return of $85,000, which was taken from Iris Jones from the organization account without authorization, to be returned to Steve Hill. $10,000 each to the listed defendants in punitive damages, which is outlined in the arguments that we'll present in court today, and $25,000 each in compensatory damages, also outlined in the arguments today. That being said, because all of the other defendants aren't here today, I will simply restrict the defendants to Miss Iris Jones, who is present in court today. So, issue number one, the $85,000 with regards to Colors Fest, quote unquote. That particular event was originally sponsored by Parkway Automotive. There were in fact affirmation forms that were in fact signed with regards to those funds, with the exception of $30,000 from one trooper, Deputy Morrow. That transaction did not in fact occur on the dates and times in question, and in the amount in question. The statement itself is a fabrication, as well as the fact.
Objection, Your Honor. That is a
This is my opening
completely
statement.
unbiased. Hmm.
If I may continue, please.
Apologies, Moxford.
God.
With regards to that statement from Morrow, that information has in fact been fabricated, is not in fact based in any fact whatsoever, and that should actually be stricken from the docket, number one. And number two, we also seek the return of the $30,000 mentioned, since there is no factual evidence to back up that transfer. With that in mind, that will be our only argument for this particular case. In fact, that $30,000 to be returned to Mr. Hill. That'll be the end of our arguments.
All right, defense.
Okay, I'm a little confused here, so bear with me. Still shaking rust off. Your only argument is for the $30,000 now?
Yep.
So you're dropping everything else?
Yep.
Okay, well, Your Honor, very simple. The prosecution is claiming that this money was not pulled on one specific certain day. That you're correct. It was not pulled on that one specific certain day. I don't believe all of them were pulled on one specific day. I do not have that information. That would be something that we could ask the defense here, my client. But the claim that that was a perjured document, there's no, I wouldn't even say evidence to say that there's a perjured document in this entire thing. For one, I wasn't even the one who got that document. That was done by Miss Jones and Miss Michaels, who went around collecting the documents for me to have those ready as requested by the prosecution.
Is there more? Felt like that ended very quickly.
If all we're arguing is that one $30,000 thing, the only other thing I guess I could add to that would be the fact that Miss Jones was in charge of the money for Parkway Automotive for a very long time, which Mr. Hill could testify to, considering he was the one in charge of the entire company's website and would see the transactions going in and out. And he has only chose to choose this one specific time to question anything she has done because it was done as she was preparing to leave the company. She was in charge of the money. Her transactions were never questioned in the past, and they suddenly were now.
If I may, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
With regards to the affirmation forms, I also note that they were signed 2 weeks after the fact and provided 2 weeks after the fact. Also, the statement that is written by Ellison Morrow specifically says in the second sentence, money is in no way related to Parkway Automotive. Any such claim of such is false. That is a coach statement, Your Honor, very evidentiary as such. And the counselor to my left here has also coached witnesses in this very courtroom for which they were told off for doing that. The witness was actually stricken from the record. I believe that particular guy's name,
Omen Surge.
Yes. So this statement is in fact invalid, that the 30,000 was to fund Colorfest and actually is the property of Parkway Automotive and should be returned as such post haste.
Would the defense be able to have Morrow come to the stand if available? Think that would be the easiest way to settle this. Wouldn't you agree, Councilor Oxburg?
Well, unfortunately for Councilor May and Trooper Moore, pardon me, Deputy Moore, I don't know why I keep calling him Trooper. Anyway, Deputy, that is a written proceeding that is perjury. That is a criminal matter, and it's simply, we can't undo that. That has been filed and has now been part of these proceedings for quite some time. No matter what they say at this point, it is a fact of record. It is either going to be stricken or upheld as is, and then they are guilty of perjury, and then it is stricken anyways. But by all means, if you want to have them up here and perjure themselves on the stand further, that's perfectly fine by me.
I'm sorry, Mr. Oxburg, I'm just confused to how you are so 100% confident that this was a perjured statement. I made a mistake in a courtroom by whispering something to a client. I accepted the problems that arose from that. I plan on speaking with the Chief Justice about that specific incident because I felt bad. That was stricken from the record, but now you are making claims that you have no evidence of. I did not speak tomorrow. That is not a coach statement on my behalf.
I will read very simply from an affirmation form. 1, Lieutenant Seth Kylson. I, Lieutenant Seth Kylson, able to provide 4 out of the 5 records requested. The request for Ellison Morrow to Elzani Michaels did not exist for the requested dates. The transaction did not occur. The dates in question was with regards to the 12th as well as the 30th. That did not occur. Therefore, the 30,000 was not for Colors Fest and should be returned. But if they want to come up to the stand and further testify to this particular item and further perjure themselves in the stand, that is perfectly fine by me.
Councilor Oxburg, my question to that would be, what makes you think that only 2 days they received any money for Colorfest?
There's only 2 dates in question, Councilor. There's the 30th as well as the 12th.
Why? Why are there only 2 days in question?
One is their testimony written on the 30th, which is the logical argument. The rest of the individuals all did their donations on the 12th, which would follow logically that it was probably on the 12th as well, and it doesn't occur on the 12th.
Well, what if you're incorrect? If I may, I can ask Miss Jones here what day Morrow actually did put in that 30,000.
They wouldn't have knowledge of that information because it wasn't given to Miss Jones, it was given to Elzani Michaels.
Who put it in the Parkway Automotive Funds, as Elzani did not have the option to do that.
Your Honor, the defense had the time to do the discovery on this and file a subpoena for the information requested, which I definitely had the time to do. They could have done the exact same thing. They did not, and they chose not to provide that information. They have no evidence to prove or disprove the statements being made.
And neither do you, Councilor Oxburg. Thank you.
I'll actually point to the 4 images that were uploaded on the 17th of July at 12:45, 6/12/2021, $25,000, Colors Fest, Bill, Brian Ferguson to Iris Jones, 6/13/2021, $10,000, Colorfest, Bill, Maury Fine, Iris Jones, 6/13/2021, $10,000, Colorfest, Bill, DeAndre Darcy Dirigible, Iris Jones, 6/13/2021, $10,000, Colorfest, Bill, Chris Hale, Iris Jones. There is none from from Morrow, and there is a statement from a lieutenant of the SASP attesting to that particular fact. The transaction did not occur.
On the date you subpoenaed, you are correct.
Well, if you have evidence that it did in fact occur on a different date, I would suggest that that information be provided post haste.
If it would please the court, I could definitely subpoena the exact day that we believe that it happened.
Your Honor, the prosecutor, or pardon me, the defense had plenty of time to do exactly that, and they chose not to. That is part of the discovery process. At this point, I'm ready to move to closing arguments for a ruling.
Defense is fine with that.
Yeah, let's do that.
Your Honor, very simply, the defense was caught with their proverbial pants down, is trying to scramble at the last possible second, doesn't believe in the authority, dignity, or justice of the court system, has openly stated such on the docket, has openly manipulated these particular proceedings with regards to all of the information on the docket, as well as the previous filing. And in this particular case, there happens to be a deputy that is now wrapped up in all of this. The $30,000 should be returned back to Parkway Automotive. This should be ruled on with prejudice so that this entire mess can be over, and that the final charges and fines for any criminal activity that occurred with the assault on Mr. Hill as well as myself should be followed to their natural course and ending. That is our final statement on this matter.
Miss May.
The defense would like to point out that it seems Counselor Oxberg is more concerned with the way the court proceedings go and attacking my personal, my personal. The word lost me here. Is trying to attack me personally with claims of perjury which have not been filed, which have not been looked at in any way, shape, or form. You are just making a claim saying that I did this. You have no evidence of that whatsoever. The $30,000 is something that's being requested back because he chose to. Sorry, words. The $30,000 requested back has been shown by a trusted member of the San Andreas State Police to be for a specific reason. If Mr. Oxford feels like he's lying, then we need to prove he's lying before you can prove his statement is false. As for now, his statement should be viewed as a actual factual statement until proven otherwise. It is not innocent. It is not guilty until proven innocent. It is innocent until proven guilty. Thank you.
All right, everyone take 5 minutes because I need 5 minutes to sort what I'm going to do with this.
No problem.
Probably follow one radio check.
Dispatch, do we have any available units to respond to latest fleet or robbery?
24 to 76.
We have a unit backer up. Hey, it's 76. Dispatch, be advised we're about a half an hour late. 4-hour shift change, mate. One takes the number this call, I can 76 down to MRPD for.
Oh, is it shift time over being?
10 forward, due on a lot's happened since the last. Evan, as soon as everybody's wrapped up with their calls, please 76 special.
Ugh, what a case. This is all in good fun. This is why I love the court. It's all in a, it's a lot of fun what you get to do with them. Because there's so much variety in what you get to do. There's so much you can do with it. Was the sexiest mofo? And then he died. Then he got up and died. Like a bitch. And Peter was crying over his dead body in the morgue. I'm wearing a soddy suit for his funeral. I think he would approve. He would. He totally would. What killed Lover? A class 3 bullet from Chico May. The same person that shot Peter in the head. I'm gonna send you some cat. Can almost stand. He was a fun character. But Von Karma has a much more deeper I think he's got much more deeper and more depth to his character, so it's interesting.
Why are these so hard to get through?
What's happening here? Justice making a decision.
They're so hard to get through. I don't get it. I have thick thighs. I don't get why I can't go through there.
Those things are rusted. They don't move very well.
Ugh, they need some WD-40.
We're fixing that. That and a number of other things, that's far off topic at this point. All right, so considering the statement from Deputy Morrow, we hold all statements from the police department as being truth and factual, unless proven otherwise. There's nothing saying this isn't the case, simply the date could be off. Or it was a matter of cash being transactioned. He's not here to debate.
Your Honor, cash would still be logged.
Handing over cash from one person to another is logged.
Yes.
If I hand you 10 grand, it's going to be logged right now?
Yes, it would be logged.
How?
So, to who?
That is how the financial system works in this state.
That is untrue, Counselor.
Well, maybe you might want to double check with the PD, who absolutely can track that information through several systems at their disposal.
That's a huge violation of my privacy. CCTV? That's a new case.
So my understanding, the only way PD can track financial transactions is through billing. One person
no,
billing
Honor.
another.
There are other methods.
Well, then I'm suing the state for breach of privacy.
I might join you in that.
Oh, but have fun. That's all I can say to that.
Okay, irrelevant. Can the justice?
I'm continuing. In regards to that transaction, as it cannot be traced, or it's on a wrong date, whatever the case may be, when we take their statements as truth until proven otherwise, I'm ruling with the defense in this case.
Very well, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Someone might want to get a hold of Morrow and find out what day he did it on. Excuse me.
It was that Monday.
You might want to get that in writing, and soon.
Speaking. Never mind. Thank you. I'm gonna leave.
Yup.
Unless I'm not free to go.
You're good to go. Case
Okay.
dismissed for now.
Thank you.
I have a feeling it's coming back, but it's not my problem.
Well then. Your Honor, do you want to ride home? You do not seem like you should be driving.
I'll be fine.
If you insist. I will be, however, be taking the dispatch deputy back myself.
I have a car outside. We're good.
Yeah, I know you do.
Okay.
But I don't think you should be driving. I'm concerned.
I flew a helicopter yesterday. I'll be fine.
What the fuck?
I don't need both of my legs to drive. It's fine.
I don't even know anymore. That, what in the fuck? I'm going home.
You haven't changed one bit.
What in the fuck?
How long has it been? How long has it been?
This
since someone did
sick beat. My boyfriend. It's a dance off. The dance off. Uh-huh.
Good fight, Oxford. Good fight.
Kidnaps, kidnaps, kidnaps.
Unvax,
Oh.
unvax, shoots, shoots.
Evades, evades, evades.
Courthouse killed force just counts Oxford carrying an arsenal.
He just evaded you. You can get him taking his bar for that, please.
That sounds like a lot of work I don't want to go through.
Yeah, fair.
You should stop at the hospital and visit his cousin. Nope. Cause Peter's a bitch, boy. And he don't give two shits about him. Cause Peter's a bitch. Is that my car? Someone stole my motherfucking car! What in the absolute for the fuck do these clowns think they're doing? This is some fucked up horse shit if I'm saying. I'm suing this state. Guess we're walking back. If that horn don't stop honking, I'm going to unvac and unload. I'd put you on TOP, but so many people, and I'm no. You'd be fine. Just decide what you want to do. There's a lot of good people here. What I missed the ruling. It ruled. Hold on, I'll let Jackson tell you. It ruled in favor of the loud bitch with the pink hair. The defendant somehow won that shit. And Oxbook tried to counter, basically saying that all cash transactions that are logged in the state of San Andreas. And the justice said, no. It was a Chrissy won. Pretty much. What the fuck is she driving? Ah! That was fun. I'm glad no one else is streaming that court case, so I'm so glad I came. Because I love when people stream court cases, because it makes it so much better. Imagine your son getting shot in the head and you going on vacation. Seems a bit fucked up, doesn't it? Oh, I'm sorry. He forgot his son was shot in the head during a court case and then went on vacation. That's right. Yeah. Forgot about that part. Oh, man. Justice Davy goes, is a senior trooper Jefferson here? And then everyone's like, oh, where's Jefferson? Where's Jefferson? And Byron's sitting right next to him. And Byron goes, oh, that's my son. Yeah, he's in the ICU. And Preston's sitting in the audience just fucking laughing. It was the funniest shit I've ever seen.
Hello, bye.
Spending money. The plane ticket to fucking Mexico would cost more than I get in a month from my current job. Just the plane ticket.
No, I can see things again.
Congratulations, you opened your fucking eyes.
No, mines are always open. Unfortunately, sometimes I don't see MRPD properly. It's a pain in the ass because I don't see the stairs.
Have you tried getting contact lenses?
The contact lenses would make the problems worse. It's a brain processing issue.
Why the fuck I was not following? I'm dumb. Well, you're following now. It's all that matters.
After that, got a little 1080. We lost eyes, and we haven't heard from that ever since.
I was having a long
Now,
day.
about 40 minutes later on, the bandits were at the Chumash. There was a little incident with the rogues. They had one of them at gunpoint. They stole their cuts, and they shot down multiple members. So there's currently an ongoing conflict between the rogue and the bandits. No, other than that, not too sure if anything important happened. No, for anyone. Maria, anyone else? If I'm forgetting something, please let me know.
854-76, Mirror Park.
Did you mention that they said that they were going to be breaching PD today?
All right. Chico said that he was going to be breaching PD, but then he called me. He said that was a joke.
Okay.
And he said he's going to be taking over VPD.
They've already been warned about a Rico the other day by myself and Cody and Desmira. So if they carry up their bullshit, then that's what's going to happen.
If I may.
From what I've understood, what? Okay, I got a question.
I can barely hear you, Parker. You shouting?
Is Profit around? Do we know?
I'm not sure. I don't think I've seen the name on Twitter, so that's the best
Okay.
I've got to go on.
So what's going to happen is the moment Prophet wakes up, he's going to be pissed about what's happening. He knows when I give him a call and say we need to talk, he knows something's wrong, and it looks like I'm going to have to do that again today. From what I'm gathering is during a conversation the other day, I think there is some fractions inside the bandits where when the leaders sleep, it's like when the cats are away, the mice will play, kind of thing. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
The cats are the leaders, and while they're asleep, the mice will play, kind of thing. Actually, let me see if my niece is awake. Y'all can listen. Amber, Quick question. What the fuck's happening? 8 people coming to the courthouse, pointing weapons at my troopers. Yeah. Well, what's happening? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. All right. Well, you know what we said the other day? Yeah, it's going to happen if you don't you guys don't calm your shit down. Yeah. And it's cars, and it's houses, and it's literally everything. Uh-huh. And now the next thing, why am I being told that you guys are going to breach VPD and take over that? Uh-huh. Mhm. Okay. That is.
Ask her if she wants a 2 front row between PD and the rogues, because that's what's going to happen.
Uh-huh.
From the east and from the west.
Okay. Right. Because if when I wake up and start hearing this, you know what goes through my mind, don't you? Uh-huh. Is profit involved in this? No. Okay. Well, are you going to tell him, or do you want me to tell him? Yeah. Okay. Am I going to have any trouble tonight from you guys? Any of my troopers going to be held up to take the weapons again? All right. Well, if I hear anything, I'm going to give you a call, and you need to sort it out. Okay. All right. Thank you. Bye. Bye. She's pissed because she's been told something totally different. Yeah. When the cats are away, the mice will play. She's currently going to be ringing Prophet now, who's currently awake, currently asleep, but he's pissed already. So there might be a massive fraction happening in between them right now. All right, that's the one thing sorted. No officer is going to get held up. If they do, you need to. I need to let her know, and they're going to deal with it. Their side.
Yeah. And there was a mandatory double badge, which was lifted by Sergeant Payne. However, they took off some PD equipment. We managed to recover some. I was told we're still missing some tasers and a couple of weapons.
What they don't realize is our weapons break quicker than theirs. So they're gonna get into a gunfight with us if they do, and all of a sudden they'll break. And by break is they can literally not put any bullets into those guns. If they do,
I'll break an assist.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Watch each other's backs. You know, the usual stuff. If you want to double up. Whatever you want to do. I'm easy going. Right. Everyone here is solo surge, correct?
Negative, but I'm not going to
Yeah.
be going back out on patrol.
All right.
Finish the paperwork and head to bed.
Hazel, are you gonna do dispatch?
Yep.
Perfect. That being said, phone calls, Hazel, you take them, correct? Unless
Yep.
you're busy. All right,
Unless
so
I'm
phone
busy,
calls
yes.
going to be dealt with. Phone calls going to be dealt with by Hazel. She'll associate available units to those. If I feel like that is not an urgent matter and there is other things going on that's urgent, I will let you know over the radio. I do have final say. Hazel knows that. But
Yep.
if she says to you, "Can you go to this?" and you're sitting around and you're not doing nothing, please go to it, because we don't want to do the whole call hopping. Stresses us out, makes us angry, makes us just want to go to sleep. So, yeah, is everyone happy with that?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I fucking hate
If you want to be
here.
double badged for safety,
I hate it here
please
so
do.
much.
But it's totally up to you guys.
Yeah,
Now,
they're having.
that being said, if one officer gets taken hostage by any of the bandits or anyone, Okay. We'll do mandatory double badge. Sound a good plan?
Yeah. Also, if
All
you
right.
have eyes on any class 3s, please take pictures as I'm building a case requested by Sergeant Faint. That will
Okay.
help in the long run.
Right. Perfect. All right. I would do the American football, clap the hands and get out there, but I don't want to put my weapon away because I lose my bullets otherwise. It's fucking weird.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. What's that? Who was that?
If you just
Never-
keep
I'm
half
not-
your, it
This one to my
it
left.
stays.
This
Yeah,
one.
well, I don't think I've ever met you yet, sir.
It's Senior Trooper Jackson.
You good there, Mondre?
Okay, City Trooper Jackson.
I'm a transfer.
Sergeant Parker.
Nice to meet you,
Huh?
Sergeant. I'm a transfer from the Florida Highway Patrol.
What's that?
All right. That reminds me, there's 2 channels going off. Make sure
Oh,
you
no, I'm good.
transmit into both. Okay.
Okay.
Appreciate it though.
Also, one more thing, in reference to the whole rogues versus bandits thing. From what we can gather just on conversation in the hospital, it sounds like the bandits were, and I quote, cleaned out. The rogues were cleaned out by the bandits. I don't know if that means class 3s, probably. So they either got their hands on a bunch more guns or a bunch more stuff. Either way, the rogues are not happy either way, regardless.
Do you want me to find out for you right now?
I mean, it'd be helpful considering you know how many more machine
Could
guns
handle
they
it after
have.
the meeting, actually, Parker, because we've
It's
been
done.
here for a while.
It's done. It's
Oh,
done.
one thing I did want to mention, but I had to go out to the
Oh.
other one, is a drop of one thing that's been happening. We've not had enough units saying that they cannot attend calls. I want to write in the bot early because
Sorry, Kapua, that's why Hazel's on dispatch. She's going to take names for people that stood around in Mission Row for no reason. If you stood around here on a 10-7, 10-6, I'm perfectly fine with that. If you stood around here jerking each other off, then I'll have a problem with that. Sound
If
good?
you're not doing anything and I send you to a call, your name's getting written down.
Yeah. If you say no, then Hazel will inform me, and then we'll
If
be going
it's
for a
not
little
for a
ride
good
myself.
reason, I will add.
All right, let me find out about this cleaned out.
I'm gonna.
Hey,
I'm,
everyone's
I'm,
dismissed.
I'm
there's
gonna
rumors
go.
going around that people's been that you guys
Get
been
back out in the
cleaned out.
streets.
What the fuck does that mean?
Oh, tragic.
Yeah.
I'm ready to. Listen, this is the last time I try to run a character that's just wholesome and sweet. Damn you all. Damn you all. This is the last time I run a wholesome, family-friendly character. With daddy issues. God damn it. I hated you. Wholesome and sweet. Sounds like he's submissive and breed of iron. I hated you so much. He's a yes, I am a holy golden child. Daddy issues make it automatically not family. This is a family friendly stream. Thank you very much. I am a child of God. What did I miss, Daddy? Oh God, I'm permitting Jefferson. Jefferson's not gonna be alive when I bring him back. Jefferson is just dead. Jefferson is dead and never coming back. I can't run a wholesome good child. A sweet and innocent. Sorry, buddy. Oh god, I feel like I'm about to get my shit kicked in. Also too sassy, but that's also so like. Okay, so Peter got himself shot because he's got a mouth on him. That is true. Oh my god, I can't. Oh, I hate Red and JRs. Oh, they're terrible together. One just works off the other and it's just a downhill fucking spiral. God. I hate it. I hate it here. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. She's always gone too long. Anytime she goes away. That was a fun little part 2 to the stream, I think. That was fun. If she's gone to stay, ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Thank you for streaming the case. Of course. I had to. How could I ever not do it? Cause I know, 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 I know. No, I know, 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 and I know. Yeah, oh, leave the young thing alone, but ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Some of the best OP I've seen has been at funerals. I want to be at Lover's funeral tomorrow, but I don't know if I will be able to be there. So we'll see. We'll see how we'll see how I'm feeling or how long I'm at work tomorrow. We're gonna go ahead and raid Dode. He's a caster friend of mine, and he's doing some charity fundraising. And so, join in on the raid and get some extra points. I'm gonna try to sleep. So, thank you all so much for watching. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to follow me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Join the community Discord using the second link to know when I go live all the motherfucking time. I will be back tomorrow, hopefully. And I'll see you guys then. But until then, guys, as always, keep on vibing. All of y'all, be safe. And yeah, I'm going to hate myself tomorrow for this.